the link. All right, get you started here on 114. We're getting started early. So we're going to open up the syllabus right here. You want to download it, print it, or save it to a tablet with a tablet pen so you can fill it out and return it. So we'll go to the syllabus and we'll come back here in just a second. So there's the syllabus. So we do officially start class June 9th to the 31st, but I would like for you to start June 2nd, a week early, getting chapter 1's material done. We're going to meet Mondays and Wednesdays from 8 in the morning till 9:40. Here's my email address. You're going to be using it quite a bit, several times. All right, course description, we can read that. I just want to get to the highlights so I can get you started here. All right, competencies, you can read that. Everything is going to be in more. So everything's going to go through Canvas to do all your homework. I do have a lot of classes being taught this summer, and a lot of them are all online. And there's going to be a lot of communications via email. So please always introduce Math 114, your section number, and your name in the subject line. I recommend that you put it into a Word document so you can cut and paste it into the subject line. All right, technology. What you should do is I would recommend that you use Chrome. If you don't have Chrome on your computer, download it, get it on there. Next, 2 ways that we can communicate is through Canvas and your student email. I prefer your student email. I do not like the email platform in Canvas. So don't send any attachments through Canvas that I have to open in my teacher email. These 2 platforms are different. Therefore, I have to go through a virus protection program to check your attachments. If you send it through your student email to instructor email, same platform, no virus check, I can open your attachments right away to verify your work. Okay? Okay, calculator. You're going to need a calculator for the course. You will see me demonstrations of the calculator in some of the videos, or if you want to talk about the calculator in class, I will be using some form of this calculator right here. So I'm going to go grab it. It is nothing more than open a web browser, copy this or type it in, and you get an actual TI-84 plus CE in color, great calculator. If you prefer to have something handheld, you can lease one out for $20 through the campus. Here are the directions to do that. You first got to take your money to the student business services, then you go to the math office and you pick it up there. Time commitment for this course. Well, officially, every 4-credit course for a semester is 3,200 minutes. That's how everything is managed in college level. So if you look at our 16 class meetings for 100 minutes, we meet for 1,600 minutes. That means the other half of the time is going to be your time watching videos and lessons and taking notes, working on your homework and things of that nature. My 1,600 minutes in class will be getting you ready for your exams. Monday will be exam prep. Wednesday will be exam. Attendance. All right, this is a virtual hybrid, live online and online. 1,600 minutes here, 1,600 minutes for you. All right, so that means I'm going to be taking attendance. So if you are going to be gone, email me. If you don't have your camera on and I can see that you are in the meeting, I will consider you as being absent. So make sure your camera is on so I can see your pretty smiling faces. All right, if you have 2 absences, that's enough for me to withdraw you. So if you don't tell me you're not going to be in class, I don't see you for 2 class periods, I have the right to withdraw you. Anything that's official student absence is here in small print, pretty much has to be school related. Doctors and dentist appointments don't count. My office hours will be online right after class. So if we have questions, we're going to take care of it then. Anything else after that, you need to email me and I will make the time to get back to you. Testing, 8 chapter exams, 8 weeks, 1 chapter exam per week. You'll see that when we get to the calendar. So please read all this information. I don't want anybody attempting to try to cheat. These exams will be timed. You don't want to try to be sifting through your notes because you won't finish the exam. So it is important that you are prepared. Makeup, you're accountable for that. It's basically either prepping for your test or taking the exam. And there are no makeups unless you contact me before the exam with a really, really good excuse. Class period, like I said, is 100 minutes long. We're going to be meeting Mondays and Wednesdays, specifically Mondays to talk about homework. Wednesdays we'll be testing. Homework is going to be through More. It's embedded into Canvas, so you have to get there through Canvas. Your homework is going to be worth 30% of your final grade. 70% of your grade will be those chapter exams. Here's the grading scale. Now there is extra credit opportunity, and it's based on your homework. If every single homework assignment is at 85% or better by July 31st, this is what you'll notice when you look at your to-do list in Canvas, which I do not like. I hate it. Don't look at it. All the due dates for homework are July 31st. Because if for some reason, let's say you do the chapter 1 homework, okay, you take the test and you got a C and you're like, oh, I really wish that was a B. Well, do more homework. Go back, fix up all your assignments. Because if you hit 85% or higher for all your assignments, then at the end of the semester, I will give you test extra credit. And how that works is I take whatever your homework average is, I divide it by 20, let's say 85%, 4.25, add it to 100, 104.25 multiplied to your test average. If you're at 74, it becomes 77. 3% increase. Well, what does that mean? Well, 70% of 3 is 2.1. So if your overall grade is sitting at a 88, 78, 68, you got something that will bump your grade up because you have what I call an insurance policy at the end of the semester for extra credit. This is the only extra credit opportunity. It starts at the beginning of class. Now, whenever you start. Complaints. All right, here's what you have to do for complaints. First, you have to contact me, discuss it with me. If you don't like my resolution, then you have the right to submit a written complaint to the department chair. If you don't like hers, then you can go to the Dean of Instruction. Don't jump the chain of command. All right, the rest of this you can read through if you are disability resources. This is what you need to take care of. You got your student responsibilities through your student handbook, student conduct. Please watch this: cheating, plagiarism, disruptive behavior in class, whatever while we're online. I will send reports to the Dean of Life, Student Life. Sex discrimination, sex-based harassment, right here, the links and everything you need to do if you want to follow up on it. Extra help is at the Math Solution. I saw the email. They're open from 8 in the morning till 6 in the evening, Monday through Thursday. Great place to hang out to do your homework. The tutors are there for free to help you. You don't have to pay them. All right, here's the most thing. 2 pages you want to print: the calendar and the syllabus acknowledgement sheet. All right, so here's the plan. Start working June 2nd through June 7th on your Chapter 1 homework. And if you can get to Chapter 2, start working on Chapter 2 ahead of time. Okay, get Chapter 1's test will be Wednesday when we meet. This first day, again, we're going to go right to any homework questions, any chapter review material that needs to be covered to prep you for this exam. All right, you always want to be working a little bit ahead. As you can see, here's some of Chapter 3 being done before Chapter 2, because sometimes we have a lot of sections in a chapter for our course, and you want to make sure we get it all done by the time you take your test. Here's Chapter 4, only 2 sections, but get a little bit ahead of Chapter 5. 6 has a couple extra sections. 8 has lots of extra sections. 9 has lots of extra sections. So you always want to be working ahead. So what this is not written in stone. This is a plan. Okay, so if you can't get to 1-1 and 1-2 until Wednesday, fine, get it done, but make sure you get to 2-1 by Saturday. Or if you want to get a bunch done early because you may have to work a couple days on the weekend, so be it. But this is a plan of attack. Don't wait till the last minute on the weekend to try to get all this stuff done. You will get snowballed under. All right. So this page here, again, we're printing out the last 2 pages. This one, fill it out. This is a syllabus acknowledgement receipts. That means you understand everything there is on the syllabus. You understand the grading system, how many tests you're going to take. You agree with everything. This is a contract between you and me, and we're good to go. Once this is turned in, then I know that you will be starting your homework and you'll have everything ready to go first day in class with chapter 1 being done. Please attach some kind of photo ID right here, whether it's your GCC ID, your state ID. If you want to use your state ID or your driver's license and you don't want material on here, don't panic. Take the picture. I'll explain what we're going to do. All right? Get it signed, dated, good to go. Now, you've taken the picture of this. All right, we're going to go back into Canvas here. All right, down here are 2 videos depending on which type of phone you have. So if you have an iPhone, this video teaches you how to take pictures. Okay, the last 2 pages you had. Take a picture of each. It's going to turn it into one PDF file, and you send it to me to my email address. All right, so back on the syllabus, way up at the very top. Very top. Where are you? There you are. There's my email address. All right, you send it to me. Before you send it as a PDF file, you can open it and then you can edit and you can black out or scratch out, however you want to say it, any information. I don't need to know your address or your date of birth, your height, your weight, any of that stuff. If you don't care, just send me the whole picture because I'll crop it to what I only want. Your good looking smiling face. All I want that for is so when we take tests, for my test security, I know you are the official person taking the test. All right, so whichever phone you have. Okay, so again, here it explains about the homework being open to the 31st. Use your cell phones, again, to turn into PDF files, and here's how we do it. Okay, back to the home page. To get started, you sent me all that important information. Now it's time to get work on Chapter 1. So starting off, Chapter 1 resources. Click it. Some reference material. If you want to print this is optional. These are your notes. So for example, you're going to download it. I'm going to quickly show you what it looks like. It's going to have definitions and all this stuff, a bunch of example problems. This is what you're going to look at while you watch the video notes. Not too many pages here, only 5 pages. All right, section 1.1, 1.2, 1.3, 1.4, 1.5. Get those printed. All right, either go back to the module, click next. This will take us to section 1.1. Here's the video notes that go with those printouts. Watch these to fill out your notes. Then here's your homework links. So for example, we go to the first assignment. It's going to open up in Canvas here. It'll say open or resume. I've already been in here once. All right, here's your problems. Follow the directions. Check all that apply. That means there could be more than one right answer. When you type in your answers here, for example, this one's r plus 5. The sum is a plus. Type it in. Once you click this box, here's your variable icon. It's got to match the letter given here. All right, it doesn't have your operations, so you need to use your keyboard to enter those in along with the numbers. All right, but if you need a fraction, you need a set of parentheses, you need to raise something to a power, that will show up right here. Okay? Now, on some of these problems, let's see if I've got one here. If not, I'll have to go to number 2, the second one. Oh, let's see. Oh, that's still doing that one. Because sometimes when you just got to type in a number, there we go. When you type in just a number, it'll say enter an integer or a decimal number. If there's anything more, then it tells you exactly what they're looking for. Okay, so always double check underneath this text box to what they look, how they want the answer to be written. All right, so we'll go back to the home page. Now, in all these, you'll do 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 3, 1, 4, 1, 5. There they all are. Here's a review. This is a practice review in more. This will not be added to your homework. This is optional. All right. Now, the way I suggest that you do the reviews, there's 99 questions. Do you have to do all of them? No. All right. So if you see the first question and you can answer it and you get it right, and questions 2, 3, and 4 look the same, skip them. Don't practice what you're good at. Practice what you need practice on. All right. So these, you do not have to do the whole thing. This is optional. All right, the next link down below, this will be your test. Here, you're going to have to print out the exam work paper. This is where you're going to show all your work. This is what you're going to take pictures of. You need to print this. Again, if you're working on a tablet instead of paper, that's fine. You can use your pen, we'll do the work, and then have that turn it into a PDF file. Chapter 1 test, you won't be able to open this until we get to that Wednesday. So again, there will be a lot of taking pictures, turning them into PDF files, sending me attachments through your school email. All right, thank you, thank you. All right, when chapter 1's done, then we go to chapter 2. Here's your resources, your notes. Here's the sections and videos you're going to watch with your homework, the review, and the test. And we're just going to go right down the list. And when we get to the last week, we'll be right there. And when that's done, you're done. All right? And hopefully you have no questions. If you do not hesitate to send me an email asking me how to do something. But I hope for everybody here will get started early. So once you send me your syllabus acknowledgement form, again, the last page here, then you're telling me you're working on chapter 1 to get that done before we meet on Monday. All right, good luck this summer.